And welcome back to the Highroad of Maluviette, a high fantasy 5e campaign that stands as the first of 4 20-level campaigns we hope to play through as part of the Forgotten Deity story. Our adventurers consist of retired heroes and folk with something to prove as they travel an 1,800-mile stretch of mountain road that used to serve as the trade route between two countries to clear it out and make it accessible again. They have to contend with the standalone problems on the high road, mysterious purple crystals known as torment fragments, and both player and character sharing a single body. So, does anyone want to attempt the recap?
Fuck, I forgot most of it.
It's been a few weeks.
All right.
I forget a lot of things, though.
We fought fish people. We fought sharks. We then met Captain's good turtle friend, who we then freed. We then got out of that area, and brain, do not fail me now. We were going to then... No, because we struck a deal with the head fish dude, King, and then we were going to go on our way, but then there was like a loud roaring sound, and then we were told that not to go that way because people that went into the tunnel died, and Captain was like, yeah, I'm going to go fight him, and it was like, no, don't do that. And then Captain disappeared suddenly because you didn't keep an eye on him, so to go fight the thing. I don't remember much after that.
We found that keep with the zombies, and then met a seemingly undead fairy, ? And then we ran away with the book, and I think that was the end of the last session.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, totally forgot about that.
So, pretty close. A couple small details. Yeah, you were warned about the cave. Add in the fact that there was mention of slime creatures, or what was eating everybody. You did play around with torment fragments before you actually went to the keep fully. You ended up messing with them with the magical lights in the tunnel, seeing that it turned it to basically like daylight spells on these things. Also tested them with an unseen servant that caused a whole lot of fear problems, primarily for Pius. And then at the keep, it wasn't so much you ran away with the book after you got to the second floor and found it in the ferry. It was more everyone, really, really good tactics, played the whole funnel the enemies through a small opening so that you could easily manage the waves of them until Nick could reverse engineer whatever spell was causing the problem. Then yeah, that's where we left off. That was just undone, and you kind of watched the bodies of the various zombies around just turn to dust, and the breeze that's been flowing through the keep blew the dust away. So that is basically where we are. And as you're kind of all seeing this and the tension is starting to pull back, you notice the spirits of the people in this keep starting to rise up through the floor, not like aggressive or anything, but almost a rapture sort of vibe as they float upwards into the sky through the roof of the building.
Fuck yeah. I finally did it.
What'd you do?
I finally got it off.
Let's go.
Oh, there was one more. There was one more part, big one to remind Pius about here. You all did see Tempest use the Soul Drinker, and Pius, you had told her that y'all need to talk later after seeing a very malicious sense of glee on her face as she struck a ghost and the blade absorbed its spirit.
Yes, that's right.
To which she then tried to blame you for having killed the ghost and stealing her kill, seemingly unaware of what she did.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that.
We have to live first.
We always do. Well, for the most part.
I mean, the problem is seemingly over now.
To
Rat.
be honest, the last thing that I remember was me trying to use my cantrip of heat metal.
Not a cantrip, and you did use it. You used it on the spiral staircase and managed to take a whole lot of zombies out all at once. Wrath, add a plot point, by the way, to your pool.
Okay.
For the recognition of making the battle easier.
Okay. Thank you.
So yeah, what do y'all do now that the problem is seemingly done?
Here. Is this it? Is this all that we had to do?
So, wanna head down? Anybody?
Sure.
So everybody's just gonna head back downstairs then?
Aye, if there's be nothing here, then we gotta be going.
We got all
Yes.
of the zombies, right?
As far as you know, yes. Since they just started turning into dust and their spirits rising.
Oh, if they start turning to dust, that means I can go loot.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
clothes, armor, weapons, various things they were wearing all seem to still be there as you start to head
Yeah.
down.
I was gonna do the loot, and then I wanted to check for more of the zombies just to verify that we got them all.
Yeah, same setup as before. Not a lot of reason to put the map up. Rooms 1 through 9. What rooms do we want to start by investigating? Captain Flowers, we'll start with you. Which one are you going to?
I will be taking. Where's the darn map? I'm on the wrong map. I'm gonna go to the right map.
It's basically
be
just a
helpful.
3x3 grid.
I will take the bottom two. Let's say if one's the top left.
Yeah, 1, 2,
Where?
3, second row, 4, 5, 6, bottom row, 7, 8, 9.
I will take 8 and 9.
Okay, which one are you going to head to first, though?
9.
Okay. How about Bias?
I will check room. Room 7.
Room 7, bottom left. All right. Wrath?
There's an opening in the wall to room 5 now, correct? From room 6?
So room 5 would be the center room, which is where the stairwell upstairs, downstairs is. There's
that's
connection to room 6 to its right, and to 4 to the left, as well as an opening that was blown open going up to 2.
Serafina, I'm in here. Okay, baby.
And we were at the top of the stairs doing the fight, correct?
Yes, you're currently at the top of the stairs in the one room on top.
And I don't think we've like done much else besides fight and disenchant whatever enchantment was up here, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll start investigating this room then up top.
All right. Tempest, where are you going?
I'm gonna stay around room 5 for now.
Okay. And Twilight, which room did you want to go check? I think last session you said you wanted to check the one where you had noticed something metallic in the dresser, which would be room 2. Twilight?
I thought I kind of already investigated that, did I not?
No, everything happened really fast. You went in, you kind of took a look around, then a ghost tried successfully possessed you, and shit moved forward to upstairs. You hadn't fully investigated the room yet.
Yeah, I'll go to 2 then.
Okay.
I thought
Everyone who's investigating a room, roll an investigation check.
Investigation check.
Wait, everyone who's not what?
here.
Say again?
13.
Do investigation checks. Wrath, you have advantage. Nick is exploring that same room up top.
Cool, thank God. 16. It was a 6 initially.
Oof.
Damn.
No, Pi is not an 11.
Shucks.
Here. Are you gonna come in, Sarah? Or are you just gonna be out there?
Oh, excuse me. Oh, Tempest got that nat 20 for 22.
I am the smarts.
So Twilight, you used, what's with all the rolls?
I get a re-roll. 'cause it was
Yeah,
one.
so that 16 you were re-rolling with a lucky point then?
Well, because I got.
Oh wait, that was a different day. Never mind.
Yeah.
I'm being an idiot. It was, for some reason it was showing new message above that as if that one was new. Alright. Wrath, what'd you get for the total again? 16?
16.
While searching the room, you and Nick, you find a few basic books on theology and the various deities. In particular, there does seem to be an altar to a deity in this room as well. Let me... I gotta organize my photos better. Put it on stream, as well as send it to y'all in the Discord real quick. The deific symbol is there, and you do notice that a large number of these theological books are in relation to a deity named Selune. Or, I think that's the way it's pronounced. S-E-L-U-N-E.
Yeah, I think that's right.
And that's the banners you see on the wall, as well as on the front of the altar in the room. There doesn't seem to be anything specific about things that were going on at the keep, any type of documents like that. But you get the feeling that this is a workshop more like an at-home office, so to speak, and that likely the people in the keep both worked and lived here.
Okay. I'll kneel down in front of one of the little places that are dedicated to saloon and just offer a silent prayer for my group's safety, more or less, on not recognizing this deity by wrath.
Okay. Pious. I forgot which room you went into.
7.
Seven. All right. While you're investigating around in this room, you open up a really basic-looking desk, and there is a note in the desk. It basically was someone wrote a reminder to themselves that they needed to reorganize the potion stock because the shelf it was on had broken, and the room that it's indicating would be number 4 for where this shelf was and these potions were supposed to be.
Ooh, potions. And then he's gonna head to room 4.
All right. Captain Flowers, what'd you get?
I got 13.
13, down there in 9. So while you're checking around in there, you don't necessarily find anything on like the couches or the various cabinet type furnitures, but you do notice that one of the zombies seems to be wearing a chain shirt and has a short sword on his hip as well as a longbow on his back and his quiver.
Okay. Checking the, how well preserved everything is. Does it look like it's even worth, taking or even doing anything with?
It looks like it's undamaged to time, likely because it's magical.
Damage to time. Okay. Can I do a deeper investigation check on it?
So it would be Arcana if you're trying to figure out like what the magic of it is, or the Identify spell.
Okay, I don't have Identify. I'm a dwarf. Arcana, I will use that. Can I roll again, please?
Can you roll again?
Yes, I don't think that one is going to work for me.
I mean, if you have a way to cause this reroll,
I do have that thing. I should have that thing.
a plot point,
Yes, a plot point.
you are free to use a plot point.
Appreciate that. Okay, I'm going to roll that again. Okay, perfect. I will take a 17.
17. You can't distinguish any specific enchantments that may be on it. The runes and such that were used to enchant it are very basic. There are very few of them. They're mostly inscribed into the hilt, indicating that this likely is just an empowered sword. It doesn't have any type of special enchantments, or out of game context, a +1, +2, +3 type weapon.
Okay.
That goes for the chain shirt, the bow, the arrows, and the short sword.
Yeah, I'll just leave them.
Dude, I need to start swipe off.
Tippus, with your 22 there, as you're kind of looking around the room and trying to figure it all out, you notice that there is a kind of like a push switch on the walls next to each of these doors, 3 of which have already been blown apart, but the 4th one as well. And then you notice a 5th switch on the floor right next to the staircase.
I want to stand on the stair and then hit that button.
Okay. Once you hit it, you don't notice or see anything changing, but you can hear what sounds to be some rumbling underneath the floor, almost as if there's a hollowed out space down there and something was moving.
Neat. I might have to dash over to room 6 to be safe.
You're very free to dash over if you'd like.
And who's the closest to me that could feasibly hear me?
Twilight. She is in room 2.
You're screwed.
I found a thing! Tell everybody!
And you can hear that upstairs as well, Wrath.
A thing.
But we have Twilight. What was happening as she searched? But as you were searching around, and you dug through the rubble of the dresser that you had destroyed and originally seen the glint of metal, you find in there various pieces of armor that you would assume are a set of plate mail and a quiver full of crossbow bolts.
Say that all again.
You find the various pieces of a set of plate armor, as well as a quiver full of crossbow bolts.
Crossbones?
Crossbow.
Crossbow.
Crossbow bolts.
That's tight. I love crossbone bolts.
Yeah, I'll take them and see if. Gosh, I can't remember who has that ability. I think it's.
I believe Pius and Nick both have it. I know that Nick does.
Yeah,
I know it's Captain Flowers that has it.
No, Captain Flowers was just trying to reason out and think about what the stuff he was looking at was.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just a simple dwarf.
Yeah,
And then I fly up to Tempest to see what she found.
Yeah. How about Wrath? Anything you're gonna do in response to Tempest shouting out? Nick is making their way down there.
Just follow him downstairs, leisurely. Kind of eyeing all the zombie bodies, or lack thereof now, I suppose.
Yep.
See if any of them drop anything.
You don't notice anything other than scraps of clothes for the bodies immediately here.
I'll take, like, a shirt or two, if there's enough.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of them. Most of them have like holes and such in them, but they are still shirts at least.
Yep, good enough to start a fire with.
Yeah. So you're all down there with Tempest now, or the three of you.
You yelled, called, said something?
She said she found a thing. Are you deaf?
Not as much as you're going to be if you keep on.
Kill her after. There was a button on the floor and I pressed it and then things started moving underneath.
Ooh, I want to push the button.
Don't touch the button.
Does she touch the button?
What are you talking about?
I don't know what it does.
What color is the button?
It's the same as all the other stones.
It's not color.
I wonder if the torment fragment will have like an effect on the button.
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
I start walking out of the building.
Where are you going?
Away from that.
Hold up, before you do that, do you have like something go boom?
Well, I have plenty of things that go boom.
All right,
No,
let's
no, no,
switch over. Let's switch over to everyone else real quick. Captain Flowers, Pius, the two of you do hear it, but it would take you a bit of time to finish what you're doing and actually get over to the center of the center room where Tempest was screaming from.
I'll check room 8 real quick.
All right, you'll stop in room 8 and investigate it. Then roll an investigation check. How about Pius?
May I go with him?
I ignored Tempest. I'm still heading to room 4.
Okay.
Rude.
It's nothing personal. I just want the potions.
You can go ahead and roll an investigation check in the room as well.
14.
14. In room 8, you find amongst the bodies, one of them is wearing leather armor, one hide.
Jesus.
And one of them has a spear and the other has a lance. Just like the ones before, they don't seem to be damaged at all.
Okay. Can I roll an Arcana check on those as well?
Yes, you can.
Come on, give you something good. Ooh, 19.
Sweet. They appear to be the same as the others. You do notice that it doesn't seem to be necessarily a strong enchantment, so it's likely they're just +1s.
Okay, I'll leave them.
All right.
And
Pius,
then I'll head my way out.
with the 7, you notice that there's a box next to what looks like a relatively newer shelving unit. It's still worn with age at this point, but it looks like it was probably made significantly more recently compared to the other things in the room. And inside the box, there are 12 vials that appear to be healing potions, tonics.
Ooh, I'm going to take the box.
You do feel like you didn't really get a good look in the room, though. You have a sneaking suspicion that there may be more. You also can see, since you're in room 4, you can see Wrath, Tempest, and Twilight like having their conversation.
That's fine. I feel like the potions is good enough for me. So I'm just going to walk back to the group.
All right. So back to the center here. We have everyone except Captain Flowers now. And there's discussions about Torment Fragment To which Wrath is walking away as Pius walks into the room.
I have found potions.
They're about to use those crystals, so I'd get out.
What do you mean we?
I was
Yes.
using it as an option, and he's overreacting, so it's his fault.
Why are we using the fragments?
As
Or
a note,
not.
all of you would remember that Twilight does not actually have a torment fragment. Anything she wants to do with them requires someone giving her one.
Not seem to stop her before.
Well, I heard you yelling, Tempest. What is happening?
There was a button on the floor. I pressed it. Things started to move and make noise underneath my feet, and now I want to know what's below us.
Hmm.
Can you do a cannonball?
I have Go ahead.
Yes, Wrath, would you mind putting these potions in your bag?
Of course.
You're actually going to do the cannonball.
Yeah, I would rather not break this glass. We could use these potions at some point.
How many was
Okay.
it again? I'm sorry.
I think it was 12. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Tuck and roll. Okay.
How is this going to work?
Alright, so Pius, how do you go about jumping and cannonballing the floor?
Are there, before I describe it, are there any rafters that I can reach up above?
There are no rafters, but this is the room with the staircase.
Okay, I'm gonna go on the top of the stairs, where there's a way for me to jump off. So I would imagine halfway up.
Roughly, yes.
Okay. Yep, I'm
it
doing
is about 10 feet up from the ground, where you have that point. How's everyone positioning themselves in the room?
Near the exit.
Wrath is not having this fucking tomfoolery right now.
Every time these crystals get involved, it goes bad.
I know I can fly if things go bad, so I'm just kind of standing, not so I could get hit, but kind of like close enough where if he falls, then I don't fall too. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I want to be up close and personal, but not in the ricochet of them all.
All right, and Tempest?
I'm going to step at the edge of the room and look up and watch.
All right, you're going to head to the same edge as Wrath and Nick?
Yep.
So Pius gives a thumbs up at everybody and then jumps and hugs his knees.
All right. You don't need to roll anything.
Oh boy, that's even more concerning, actually.
This
I'm
entire
better than
place has
fall.
looked like it was ready to fall down since you came in, which is why the warnings to Twilight about using things like Earth Tremor have been there.
Oh.
We can bring it back.
And so you hit the floor and you just go straight through. Now, you're wearing this cannonball state, so like trying to maneuver and land gracefully, not necessarily a thing, especially as all the rubbles going around and you can't properly see where you're going. So you take 16 bludgeoning damage as you collide with the very solid floor of this other room.
Does he
That's
do a
not
belly flop?
No, cannonball.
Yeah, that 3d6 was a 6, a 4, and a 6.
Oh. That's all right. That's not too bad.
Yep. But you do find yourself in a room that's lacking on light. Because not only is it in the center of the building where light was barely getting through from the other rooms to start, it's also underground.
Okay.
Dive in there. Fly in there.
Are you okay?
My butt hurts, but I am good.
Good to hear.
What do you see?
What was
Sorry,
that?
what'd you say, Wrath?
I just said very good. She asked what you saw.
Oh, sorry, I was talking to my wife. It is very dark and ominous.
Someone give him a light.
Wait, don't I have high beams?
Not high beams. Oh, yeah, you do, actually. Yes, you have the high beams.
the light eyes. Yeah. I'm gonna flip them bitches on.
I'm gonna jump down there. Is that okay?
Yeah, as you're heading down there, high
No, I'm
beams
gonna
come on.
fly.
And those of you with the dark vision as well looking into this space, all kind of realize at the same time that it was standing abnormally still, so it didn't catch your attention right away. And your lights go on, Pius, and illuminate an undead man standing inches from your face.
Do I see this, or is this just an illusion form?
All of you see it, even with the dark vision.
Oh, hello. And then he takes 2 fingers and kind of just pushes him back a little bit. Personal space. Thank you.
So as you kind of like go to push into it, just because of how the lighting and everything, you realize that it's incorporeal. And you're going to take 21 necrotic damage and need to make a con save as well.
Oh shit!
That was extremely rude. Of this
What
undead
did
man.
you say it was?
It is a wraith.
Alright, what's my con save here? Not too shabby. Kissing my fucking ass. You said 21 necrotic?
Yes, 21 necrotic.
Okay, Pius is not looking good.
And your hit point maximum is reduced by 21 until you finish a long rest as well.
Fucking hell.
So you just lost that 21 off the top.
Can I do cure wounds?
Initiatives.
Huh?
Initiative.
Roll initiative.
Nat 20, 25. Captain Flowers has just arrived.
Yeah, that'll be about the time that Captain Flowers would be getting in there. And
He saw what just happened and he just jumps down into the hole.
Bruh.
Both axes out, baby.
And this is the episode where Pius dies. Is everybody ready to bury their metal friend?
That was smoothly. That was so smooth.
Pius, you just cannot catch a break with the rolls tonight, can you?
No, I'm about to literally break. Just, there's fucking shavings falling off of Pius. Rest in piss, I guess. I don't know.
I still have that restoration thing. That I can revive you.
Okay.
Yep,
If I
yep.
should
2 of
still
you
choose
have
to
Revivify,
continue,
luckily. Captain Flowers, what'd you get?
Nat 20, so plus 5, so 25.
Wrath?
11.
11.
I haven't rolled mine because I can't remember what I'm doing.
Dexterity modifier. Nick and the Wraith both, bad rolls for them. Alright, Twilight got a 25. She has the higher modifier. So that means Captain Flowers got a 24.5.
Bam.
And our turn order starts with Twilight. So you can absolutely start by going for a Cure Wounds.
I'm going for cure wounds, definitely.
Alright. I believe you have higher level spell slots if you would like to upcast it.
Yeah.
I think you have a 3rd level spell slot even still if you want to really upcast it for the best effect.
How many spell slots have I used?
Trying to get to it. It's taking a bit to load.
They're faster.
Right. You have 3 first level, 2 second level, and 1 third level spell slot left.
Let's go 2.
Okay. So that is 2d8 plus a whole lot, actually.
2, 8, plus.
You got a plus 5. 15 hit points, Pius.
Woo!
What does that put you at, Pius?
37? No, 35. No, 33. Math.
Yeah, I
What
lost track
one
of
is
your
it?
health in particular in there.
It's 33. Don't worry about it. I got it figured out. Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Sonny. Glad I get out.
I accidentally deleted your initiative. 6.
Which one did you delete, mine or his?
His.
It was mine.
And then while trying to put that correct number in, I overrode Nick's. I am having a rough night here.
Wow.
You
Yeah.
can do it.
So there is your turn all done up, Twilight, and Captain Flowers. Your turn.
Well, I can't move, right?
I'm already jumping in the hole. What do you want from me?
You can't do what, Twilight?
May I move?
You used most of your movement to get down there. You could technically move like another 10 feet. Essentially, it's you, Pius, and then the Wraith in a line currently.
I'll move behind the Wraith.
You move to the other side for the flanking. Gotcha. Alright then, Captain Fly's your turn.
Jumping down to hole. Mamma Mia out. I will cast Branding Smite and aim at the Wraith.
Alright, roll that to hit with Mama.
Cast Smite. We gonna hit with them. Gonna go damage. But I want that instead. So that's what I wanted. Okay. 24.
24 hits.
And then I rolled. I want to roll because I cast that right, and then I roll that right.
So it's 1d6 for Mama, whatever the damage is for Branding Smite, and then your modifiers.
That is going to be. Where did it go? Because I wanted that. I had this up here. I don't know where it went now. That's fine.
What type of damage does Branding Smite deal?
Branding Smite. The next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack before the spell ends, the weapon gleams with astral radiance as you strike. The attack deals an extra 2d6 radiant damage to the target, which becomes visible if it is invisible, and the target sheds dim light in a 5-foot radius, and can't become invisible until the spell ends.
Okay.
Damn.
Cool.
Solid.
So what's that total damage?
That is going to be... That is going to be 11 damage on the Branding Smite, and then regular damage. Do I add that, right?
Yeah.
That's going to be 14. So 25.
Scheisse.
You hit it with quite the impact as it just illuminates, and its body kind of vibrating loosely as you do so before its form kind of becomes solidified again.
Are you doing this or what? And don't you be beacon on me, middle friend.
Little.
All right, that would make it Tempest's turn.
I'm up and down to join. What's up?
Go for it.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm hopping down. I'm just.
All right, you
just gonna hold on.
definitely have advantage from the flanking at this point, seeing as you've all circled it. So you got 3d20 to hit.
Fuck it, yeah. We're just gonna go ahead and smack it, yeah. I mean, but why don't I remember? It's only been a few weeks. Jesus Christ. Blah. Okay.
Dun, 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 dun. There's one.
Lame.
There's two. One more.
Better.
Going for that 19 or 20. Nope. 25 still hits, though, so roll that damage with that sight.
Roll. That one is the 2d6 plus 8. I believe.
Yeah.
14.
14! Sight straight through it. Again, its form wavers, not nearly as much as when flowers hit it, but it wavers before returning to a solid state again. And you still have your bonus action, if you want to do anything with that.
Can I prop the dagger?
Can you what?
Can I, prepare the dagger in my open hand?
Yeah, you can pull it with your offhand.
Okay. We're doing that.
Okay.
Next. FRON.
Raph, you're up.
How big is this hole?
The hole is about 8 feet by 8 feet.
Looking down, does it look like this is the only threat in that area?
You could go ahead and use your action on perception. Just with the situation, it would take you some extra time to actually look around to determine that.
Rolled a 13.
You don't notice anything else in the immediate area. You do notice there's a staircase heading out the north side of that room down there, though.
Okay. I'll kind of move towards the northern side of this hole just to see if I can see where the staircase might lead up to.
Based on the angling, you would guess that it would come out outside of the keep.
Okay. Then I'll just continue to stay and watch over the whole, trying to spot any other threats that might jump out.
All right, Pius, your turn.
Okay. Pius reaches up with his left hand and he snaps and then casts Spirit Shroud. And it is
What is that?
you call forth spirits of the dead, which flit around you for the spell's duration, which is 1 minute. The spirits are intangible and invulnerable until the spell ends. Any attack you make deals 1d8 extra damage when you hit a creature within 10 feet of you. It could be radiant, necrotic, or cold. I'm choosing radiant. Any creature that takes this damage can't regain hit points until the start of your next turn. And in addition, any creature of your choice that you can see starts its turn within 10 feet of you, has its speed reduced by 10 feet until the start of your next turn.
Nice.
So he casts that, and it's a swirl of Pious heads around him. I have a recurring theme here. And then I'm gonna slash him with my sword.
All right, roll that to hit with advantage, of course.
Don't need it. Finally got something good.
Let's go.
Well, I
That's
mean,
a 31 total, baby.
31 total. If it wasn't a crit, you still want to roll the second one, just in case.
Sure. That's more on par with how I've been rolling.
Oh shit!
But I'll take that nat 20.
It was a crit. I wasn't
Yeah,
looking at it, which is why I was saying if it's not. roll
Jesus
it.
Christ, that's going to be a lot of fucking damage.
Yes. So max normal damage plus roll damage.
This is going to take me a second.
Which one? You're attacking with the greatsword. That's right.
Yes.
So that's 12. You're dealing an extra 1d8, so that's 20. Plus your modifier 6 is 26. So that's 26 plus 2d6 plus 1d8. Getting those crits in on attacks today.
That's 34 total damage.
You hit it like a friggin' truck, and as it's wavering, as it has with every hit so far, it seems to almost like stretch out, as if it's about to tear apart, before just snapping back and taking a solid form again.
You still have a chance to run, spirit, before I consume you.
So this whole time it's been kind of like gurgling since you illuminated it, like not really totally coherent, and you think you hear an actual word. You can't make out the word itself, but it seems to start with the letter V.
V as in Victor?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, with that, Pius's turn moves over to the Wraith. Who we will 1d4 who it actually locks onto currently. 1 will be Twilight, 2 Tempest, 3 Pius, 4 Captain Flowers. Captain Flowers.
Casting Branding Smite again.
No, this is its attack, not your turn.
Oh, okay.
Which, whatever, it goes to reach out and touch you, and you kind of just step to the side. Almost as everything just goes slow-mo for a brief moment.
Can't touch this.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Why am I slowly going down?
Yeah, that's all it's doing on its turn, so that would make it Nick's turn. And Nick is going to Toll the Dead. What type of save is Toll the Dead again?
I'm not sure. I'm not a cleric.
Cleric, we need your assistance.
Oh, sorry. What's up?
Toll the Dead save.
It is a wisdom.
Wisdom. I got a natural 18 plus 2 wisdom for 20, but that does not mean it passes because this is Nick. Nick, what is your DC? Come on, load.
There's no way it's over 20.
I know it's high as hell, but I can't remember if it actually broke 20 or not.
I think it's pretty damn close.
19. 19.
Damn.
So yeah, it manages to pass the save on that cantrip. As a bell tolls. That bring back to the top of the turn order for Twilight, though.
So he has a hold of me, right?
No, he's not holding you. You, along with everyone else down there, have him surrounded, though.
I am going to... Let's see, what better damage do I get with the sickle or the D sword?
The sickle gives you more guaranteed damage. The D sword has higher max damage.
We'll go with the D sword.
Okay, roll to hit.
All right, let's see. Seems like every time when I have to look at another thing on my app, it just closes me out.
That's no bueno.
Wait, so it would be... sorry.
No!
I know. So it's...
Let's see, it should be plus dex plus proficiency, so plus 9. 1d20 plus 9.
Thank you, sorry. No.
Oh, excuse me. Oh no, you missed the exclamation mark.
Oh, shit.
Shun the non-believer! Shun!
Roll, exclamation mark, right? Oh my goodness, what is going on with me, right? Okay, so it's roll, exclamation mark.
No, exclamation, roll.
Okay.
Tonight's just a night for everyone, isn't it?
I got a nat 1.
Well,
Well,
you get to
shit.
re-roll those, luckily. Plus, you still need to roll a second d20 for the advantage.
There we go, 25.
You still get one more d20. Alright, 25. You hit. Go ahead and roll 1d6 plus 6.
That's what I was going for in the beginning, was the roll 1d6.
Yeah, that's the damage you gotta hit first, though, which you did.
Am I still missing that exclamation mark? I am.
Yes, you
Yeah.
are. There we go.
Hey.
So, as you bring down the weapon, you get a very clean hit like everyone else has so far. But unlike the other hits that have made, its form doesn't seem to, like, vibrate or anything. It stays solid the whole time.
Do I get to use the other end of that?
Yes, you can make another attack with the other side.
Was that for the 12? Or...
No. Yeah, whole new attack roll. 2d20 plus 9.
2d?
Yeah, it's very easy to see what's going on with the two FPS that we have.
21 will hit, so you can go ahead and roll the damage on this one. It is, yeah, d6 plus 6 again.
It's in slow motion. The music is now it just
Am I gonna reroll that?
No, you only get to reroll the nat 20s, or the
The
d20s.
music is still playing, but he's on just. What's going on?
So just like the first attack, again, its body doesn't seem to shift and react to your attack the way it has with everybody else's.
Oh,
And then that would be the Captain Flower's turn? Yes.
We branding smite again. Let's see. Hit DC.
Using up those spell slots.
28. Second level, baby.
That hits. You rolled with
All right.
advantage, correct?
Did I roll with advantage? No, I didn't roll with advantage.
Roll another to see if you crit.
No, that brings me to 21.
Alright, you still hit, so go ahead and roll the damage. Your 1d6 plus whatever.
So we have 7, and then we'll add 15 to that.
So 22 damage. Its body wavers and everything again, and as it finishes reforming, it seems almost like it's having difficulty maintaining its form now.
It's eerily.
You still have your... Nope, used up all the actions there with branding smite. That would make it Tempest's turn.
I'm gonna stab it.
You gonna stab it.
I'm gonna stab it really good.
Stab it. Stab it good.
I'm gonna stab it really good. I'm gonna stab it back door there.
Pazuzu, whip it. Whip it good. Alright, you got 2 more d20s to roll. You don't need to worry about rolling it, because you just got a crit on the second one.
Yay!
Dagger's d4, so that's 1d4 plus... What is it? Modifier is 6. And the weapons plus 3 is 9. Plus the flat 4 for the crit is 13, so 1d4 plus 13.
Yeah. 14.
14, woo! As you hit it, its body starts to shake violently, parts of it seeming like they're about to tear off, and then they do as they get sucked into the blade. And it lets out a loud guttural scream.
Don't suck all of them up.
Not kill bot.
So you still have a bonus action.
Yeah, I'm gonna retract and I'm gonna hold. See if he'll waver a bit and just chill.
Alright, Wrath, your turn.
How deep is this hole? Like, how far down is everybody from me?
About 20 feet. It seems to be room constructed very similarly to the upstairs, except that it was dug out in the ground.
Okay.
Glancing about the room,
Sarah, we're here.
Wrath will just kind of step over the edge, and as he's nearing the bottom, he'll cast the Gust cantrip on himself from his feet to kind of soften his landing.
Alright. Yeah, you land without hurting yourself or anything. You get a good, clean landing.
Finish it off, will you? He'll say as he stands up. That's his turn.
Alright. Pius, your go.
Sarah.
So the wraith is dead.
No, it's still there. It is definitely having problems keeping a coherent form currently, though.
Well, first I need to roll a concentration check, which I think is +6.
Concentration for what?
My spirit shroud.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to roll concentration unless, like, you take damage or some other thing starts to break it. So.
Okay. Yeah, you're right, though. I'm gonna hit it then.
Okay, roll that to hit.
26.
That's definitely a hit. Roll a second d20 for the advantage. Alright, no crit.
26. Okay. Roll 2d6 plus... Fuck's sake. 8, and then another d8. That is 19 total damage.
It shifts, it wavers, and when its body kind of settles back down like it has been along the way, it seems almost like there's chunks of it missing, and it looks like it's made of TV static at this point.
Oh yeah, that's totally normal.
Any bonus action?
Yeah, fuck it, I'll use my last 3rd level spell slot. I'm gonna cast healing, I think it's healing word I have. Healing word at 3rd level, so that is... The fucking spells would load, dude. Jesus. Is it? There it is. That's 3. 3d4 plus 8. Fuck me.
You are having some real issues with these rolls tonight. 13's still better than nothing, though, on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's, yeah. So that brings me up to 46 health. Okay.
Alright. Odds is Tempest, and evens is Pius. Pius, you are the target of its attack.
Bring it on, fucker.
Don't hit me.
19.
I think that does hit, yeah.
I'm gonna bite you.
Yep, you have the 18 AC. So that is, again, 21 damage to your hit points, as well as maximum reduced. Oh,
Well, fuck.
I just closed the whole tracker. All that health, and you're still down to 34 maximum now. At least till you sleep.
Yeah, which will hopefully be very soon.
Yes. That is its turn, though. As it's continuing its gurgling and trying to force out some type of words. And you hear...
Gesundheit.
Vac.
After Pius and the baddie is Nick's turn, who's going to go for a Tolva Dead again. It fails. What's the damage on Tolva Dead? 1d12 because it's hurt, right?
2d12 because we're 5th level or over.
You're right. It doesn't need rolls because it had exactly 2 health. As the tolling goes off, and it grabs its head, shaking violently, and just bursts into space dust.
It is now space dust.
Combat is over.
Here.
And everyone but Nick is in the room.
Is that it? Did we win?
Come on down, I think there's an exit this way. I'll yell up at him.
Alright, he's gonna go ahead and drop on down as safely as possible.
I'll cast Gust under him to catch him.
Alright. Yeah, he gets down there nice and safe. Or they do. So yeah, you are in this completely dark room. I believe most of you have dark vision, though.
I do not
I
currently.
think I do.
Twilight, you do not. I believe you're the only one that just doesn't even have access to it.
I'm in the dark as well, apparently.
Okay. Yeah, it is basically... It's not quite pitch black. It's enough that you can kind of see the outlines of things. It looks... to those of you with dark vision, you're actually kind of seeing it legitimately. But those that aren't, you're only seeing like a silhouette of what appears to be a bed with a foot chest that's at the bottom, as well as a desk in the room. And because of the nature of dark vision, it's very difficult to tell like text, designs, and things on such. But you do see more banners hanging from the wall down here, as well as an altar. And then, of course, there's the staircase at the north side of the room that seems to go upward at a very gentle slope.
I am quite uncomfortable with that altar being there.
Never seen anything quite like it.
So as your attention's kind of drawn towards the altar, Wrath, Twilight, you don't actually notice this portion just because it's one of the finer details. But the rest of you do notice that there is a hefty tome closed sitting on the altar currently. It also seems to have a very wrinkled texture to it. The wrinkles are just so prolific you can make them out even with the dark vision.
Pius just looks nervously at Nick.
Nick just shrugs.
I'm gonna regret this.
I touched the book.
Okay, you did it for me.
You
All right.
touched the book.
I touched it.
Hold on. I just had a realization that like everyone should have torches in their inventory.
I got dark vision.
Nick would think to pull out a torch actually at this moment. Be like, wait, let's get a light so we can see everything better. And they're gonna light up a torch, well, kind of holding you back from touching it at first.
You leave that hamster alone.
There's the torches on the inventory sheet. There you go, Nick. You used one torch. Yeah, as it lights up and you can kind of see around the room more clearly, You take note that like the color of these banners aren't blue the way that the ones for Saloon upstairs were. They are a kind of crimson red color. It is faded with age a little bit, but the symbol on it, at least one of you, I think, should recognize it because of their real world knowledge. I've sent it in the Discord pics there.
Oh, fuck. Yep. Sure do. We should leave.
And you can also tell that this book has a very ominous aura and is now that you can see it clearly, is bound in human flesh. We want Wrath, Nick, Tempest. The three of you will go ahead and roll a wisdom save.
18.
8.
8.
Picked a bad one.
Oh, even with a +9, Nick got a 14. Wrath, you pass, and you can tell that the book itself is calling out to you to take it. Tempest and Nick, on the other hand, fail, and you can all see them beginning to walk towards the book. The two of them.
I will. You're grabbing one?
I'm grabbing. I'm gonna try and grab both, but if you want to grab one of them,
I'll go for the quick one, the one that might get away from you pretty quickly.
yeah, I'm grabbing Nick with a bear hug and walking the other direction.
I'm
with
casting.
him.
Yeah, I'm casting lightning lore on the other one. I see. Go for it. Sorry, name's Tempest.
Okay.
Scream.
Tempest,
Sorry.
strength saving
Yes.
throw.
Strength saving.
Pious, Wrath, athletics.
Well, do I need to roll in athletics because of?
Oh, no, you don't. Just
Okay.
Pious. Sorry.
No. Why did he have to be a strength saving throw?
I chose it specifically for instances like this.
Oh no, strength. Something that Tempest is good at.
I have a +9 in strength, damn it.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
25.
she is a fighter.
Damn it.
I forgot.
I'm
that's what
squirrely.
Yeah.
24.
24. So you do beat Nick. Nick's 18. So you do manage to grab them and just pull them in to keep them restrained. But Wrath, as the lightning catches onto Tempest, she just yanks her arm forward, pulling herself free. As she throws her arms forward and picks the book up.
I'm gonna throw Nick into Tempest.
Oh god.
Wait, I'm right there by the book. What's going on with me?
You got held back as the torch was lit, and the rest of this has happened so fast that you didn't really get the chance to head to it as you saw the rest doing so as well.
It's not good, my friend. It's not good.
No, it's not. I need to pull up a stat block real quick. Roll a strength check, Pius, for throwing Nick.
Why not you? What is this?
And Tempest, roll a dex save. Roll a dex save.
Oh. Better. Okay.
17.
16.
So, Pius, as the aggressor, you very handily win. Hitting her with Nick.
Forgive me later.
Yeah.
Does the book fall out of her hands?
Yes, it does. You manage to knock it loose, and it causes her to only take half as much damage as she wasn't holding it long enough. 31
Christ.
though. 41 is the amount of damage that Tempest takes.
You're welcome.
Where do you have me at? Because I'm at 53. Apparently.
I have you at 34.
Okay, I'm out.
You are unconscious, not dead, but you are unconscious.
Well
the
done.
book has been knocked loose, and the throw itself has knocked sense into Nick as well. Who, even though they're not getting the full connection to Dylan that they normally have, stammers out shakily. book of vile darkness.
We need to leave now. And
Now. Yes.
You're agreed.
Just an odd amount of time for my game.
Get the fuck out.
So you're heading to the stairs?
Unconscious twitching.
Pius, can you carry her?
Yes.
You may want to stabilize her as well.
Yeah.
I also cast create bonfire as we're getting out of here on the thing.
On the book.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Spare the Dying on Tempest.
Twitching.
Okay.
Twitching.
Twitching, all of you running out. Pius just a fraction behind from Spare the Dying and picking up Tempest. You begin to run up the stairs, and you notice that it just dead ends into the ground, as if this staircase was not originally here. It just magically appeared.
Oh, that's bullshit.
What kind of ground is it?
So it's just like dirt and such from up above. It is hard packed currently, and you can kind of feel the cold of the outside coming through. But to make matters worse, Captain Flowers, as you cast Bonfire, you notice a purple glow from the book, and it intensifies and spreads across the room.
I don't like this.
So you are locked in a stairwell, and the room is filled with flames.
Twilight, can you get the dirt out of the way?
What was that, Wrath?
I asked Twilight if she could get the dirt out of the way. Isn't she always molding earth?
Yes, she is.
Oh, me? Sorry. I thought you were saying something to Tempest. Hello? What, you want me to do mold earth?
Yes, please, now.
Too much?
Flowers, hold Tempest.
Yeah, the heat of the flames is also already starting to get to you all as you begin to sweat.
Okay, mold earth.
I cast False Life at 3rd level on myself.
Okay, override that one temporary hit point you still had.
Yep, with 18 more.
I'm going to put my sword on my back and pull out my shield and kind of brace the heat for everybody.
Frostbite.
Frostbite is not going to put out a room on fire right now.
Okay, well, I guess mold earth.
Okay, you mold earth and of course have to pull the dirt down because you don't really know what's going on upward. But the ground seemed to only have been about 3 feet thick as you pull all the dirt down and open up the path to the outdoors.
Go, 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 go!
Yeah, you all get out without burning alive. But you can tell that the magic, despite this all being sandstone, the flames have been intensified, and you can tell they're spreading and burning the sandstone walls themselves as it spreads through the building.
That was a terrible idea, but I'm glad
I'm
we're
going
here.
to do erupting earth as we're getting out.
Are you trying to close off the stairwell?
No, I'm just going to try to mold the earth and just kind of have it all collapse.
Okay, yeah, so you are trying to collapse the stairwell. Yeah, Erupting Earth will do that. Make sure to mark off the spell slot for it.
Okay.
Yeah, you are all outdoors, and the dark presence that you felt from this building feels as though it's intensifying currently.
I'm going to cast a 3-level spell for that one.
The Erupting Earth?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. It collapses the ground around the stairwell as well as a part of that wall.
What the hell was that?
Roll for the damage?
No, you don't need to roll the damage.
All right, I'm gonna put my shield away and re-equip my sword.
Wrath is watching very intensely as this thing burns. Does it look like it's going to set the nearby forest on fire?
Depending on how things collapse, possibly. But you notice, as you're trying to look specifically for that, and about like the grass and trees and bushes around it, alongside this growing feeling of dread that's coming from the building, you notice that the plant life around the building is starting to wilt and die, and it's spreading out from the building.
Like past how far away we are from it?
So you're about 10 feet away, and it's creeping an inch every 10 seconds or so.
So,
I think we need to move away from this.
was the plant bad, or was it the thing?
It was the book.
No. You said something about the plant.
They're wilting and dying.
Is this the good plant or the bad plant?
It's bad.
Good plant, bad plant. Plants are plants. They're not good or bad. They're wilting and dying, though.
Wrath is backing away from this at this point. Facing it.
I have the one that cast. Let's see.
Pius puts Tempest over his shoulder and then grabs Twilight by the back of her shirt and starts dragging her
No,
away
no,
from the
no,
spot.
die!
Great, she's heavy. Let's go.
Come on, Nick.
All right. As you all start to pick up and you're moving away, Nick turns back towards it.
Since I was just backing away, seeing him stop, I stop.
Let me get my numbers here.
Getting flyer stops too. Reed, you tackle.
I can't stop.
You could resist it.
Just run.
Oh
catch up.
no!
I am just trying to keep you alive, Twilight.
Come on. Open the right stuff. Open the right stuff there, Jessica.
This is beyond all of our comprehension.
You're...
This is acrid level shit.
Aye.
I think
I'm
this was even
intrigued.
above acrid.
If you are intrigued, then you will surely die. If that is what you wish,
No. I wouldn't want to give you the glory of killing me. Sorry.
it would
Even
not be me.
even though all of you guys are just twitching, just like, can we kill her now?
You're having this conversation,
And
you're
I look
backing
over-
away, and Nick turns. Just complete turn face instantly. Throws his arms up and says a quick incantation. And you notice that the entirety of the flames just go out. At least, yeah, Wrath, Pius, the two of you would likely recognize that this was Dispel Magic. And he managed to throw a hell of a Dispel Magic at that. Putting out the flames.
Should have let it burn, Nick.
You're...
Nick kind of he starts to follow again, moving away, but they do mention the book flared up kind of like the torment fragments do. It amplified the magic. I think the best thing was to stop the magic so it wouldn't be amplified.
Nick, promise. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
Nick, promise me something.
Yeah,
You won't go back for that book.
I wouldn't dare.
Thank you. I will kill you.
I would expect nothing less of you, my friend.
I would want you to do the same for me.
Of course, buddy.
Okay. Let's go back to camp. I am surprisingly tired.
Aye. It has been one of hell of a night so far.
Is there still an entrance to this keep?
Still a what?
An entrance?
Yeah, so you were all in the north, and you moved around towards the south to head back to camp, and you could see that the door was still there. The entire keep's a lot more damaged. You can tell a lot more has fallen in. But you do see as you're passing, though, about 10 feet away from the door, you notice the body of the fairy.
Somebody help me move this body away. I'm going to try and make sure no one can get in here again.
I'll do it.
Am I still dying?
You're unconscious, but not dying.
No, I cast Spare the Dying on you. You're good.
You're not dying. You're good.
Breathing.
You are scared.
Yes,
So-
cast the breathing.
So if they can move the body away, I'll focus for a moment, gather myself, and then the cloak on my back will flash white, and then the only symbol there that you see anymore is the symbol of Risha. And then he'll hold his arms up and cast Shatter above the door to try and collapse it into the door
Okay.
at third level.
All right, as you release the shatter and it goes off, it blasts away the walls and the door, and it all just collapses in. And everything seems to have fallen apart enough between the fire, the age, the erupting earth on the north side, and then this on the south side, and most of the keep kind of crumbles in to a large pile of rocks, of stone bricks.
That'll do it for now. I think I'll come back later and make sure.
So who's picking up the fairy?
Me.
All right, Twilight's got the fairy corpse.
Can I have her head?
You don't know what it's been.
I want it.
I will come back with you, Wrath. I would rather you not go alone.
Oh, it shouldn't be much once we've cleared out the high road.
Oh, after that? Well, yeah, sure. I
Yeah.
thought you meant tomorrow.
No,
Okay,
I think
yes.
so soon.
Never mind. I just wanted to make sure you were safe.
Of course, I appreciate it. Twilight, you cut the head off that thing and I'll cut yours off. There's a time for games, and now is not it. And I've had enough of them for today.
Wait, why do you want the head?
I don't. But that's someone's corpse. We should bury it and move on. I understand that there needs to be a sense of joviality at times on a mission like the one that we're undertaking. But you push the limits sometimes. We just found some kind of relic of one of the most vile, heinous, attempted godhoods there ever was. We could have all died instantaneously in that cellar. There's a time for joking. I need you to learn when that is.
You're right. You're right.
He doesn't.
Okay,
He's not listening. He's walking off.
Okay. Let's all head back to camp. We need rest. Come on, everyone.
So you all get back over to your camp. Everything's still in good shape. The hermit is sitting on a rock outside of the House of Cards currently, kind of waiting for everyone's return. Mecha Gojira is there as well. He is currently playing with your pseudo dragon as well, Wrath. The two of them are basically playing fetch.
Oh.
You all look not so great. What happened?
I got yelled at.
That's not new.
It almost ended. Something else that isn't new, I guess. Wrath walks through straight to his room, closes the door.
We found a book, and I believe it belongs to Vecna.
Here.
Oh, I don't know who Vecna is, but that doesn't sound good.
You are lucky. Acrid pales in comparison.
Oh.
Yes. Pest is hurt. Would you mind taking care of her?
Oh, yes. And he casts a Cure Wounds, trying to pump every little bit of magic he can into it.
And at this time, all Pius has been through, his metal is more creaky and more. His servos sound more labored, and he kind of walks into the House of Cards as well, and kind of just collapses in the living room. He doesn't even make it to a seatable place. He face plants.
All right, Tempest, you got 48 back on that Cure Wounds, so you kind of and your eyes pop open as you wake up.
What puppies? Hi. What happened?
A lot of shit happened. None of it good.
You said 48?
Yeah. Y'all notice how it's always Maya's character who gets seduced by the evil books?
It's very fitting.
It's very true.
I'm young and temptable. What do you want from me?
Very impressionable.
I'm learning from what I see, good and bad.
Tempest, in your unconscious state, you, almost like a lucid dream, were standing in the void, and you could see off in the distance what appeared to be a feminine figure with horns on their head. You were unable to actually get close to them, interact, or anything, but you saw that in the span of unconsciousness before awakening.
Ooh, I'm gonna think on that for a while. I'm gonna look like I got stuff in my mind.
Yeah, so does anyone want to do something before getting some well-deserved rest?
Yeah.
I want to change up my spell.
Which spell did you want to change out?
Yeah, this one's obvious, the heat metal, because that's bullshit. I got that just for Pius, and I can't use it, so I'm fucking pissed.
Yeah, I didn't realize a specified object.
Yeah, I'm pissed. Not happy.
Which spell did you want to change it out for?
I'm thinking either enhanced ability or the Healing Spirit.
Both are good spells. You do have healing fairly well covered. Enhance ability is a good way to give yourself an edge when you really need to succeed at something, though.
So enhance ability. Let's see.
Basically,
Okay, yeah,
you get
so
to choose an
can
ability
add-
score and increase it temporarily.
Yeah. So if I wanted to, how many times can I use that though? Can I use it? So if you say roll a dexterity, can I add one to it?
So it's a spell that has to be cast as an action, and then it just like lasts for a minute as long as you can concentrate on it.
It says an hour.
Did I misread it? I might
Yeah, it's
have.
an hour.
I misread it when I typed it up then. 1 hour. I'll finish changing out all the wording for that later, but I just put enhance ability over the heat metal on your character sheet so you know you have it.
Thank you. Now, within that hour, can I change up like, okay, well, if you say dex, and then the next roll up, and I say I want to add it to the intelligent, or is it stuck with
No,
dex?
You can recast it and change it, but
yeah, it's just like casting any other spell. You cast it, you choose the ability, and just for that hour, it's that ability.
And then I'm gonna go get high. So that's what I'm doing.
Mark off 3 doses and roll Constitution save with disadvantage. So 2d20 and take the lower. Captain Fires, it sound like you want to do something before bed as well?
Yeah, I was going to finish up the brass blossom pipe.
Okay. Tinker's Tools check. Or, no. Forging. Smithing. So if you have proficiency with it, you get the proficiency, otherwise just some dexterity.
Yeah, no, I should have perception with that. Yeah, no,
I
it
believe
does.
so.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, and I give the items that I found over to who was it? Nick or Raph?
Nick is the one that can identify. He says, or they say they'll do it in the morning, though.
There we go. 19.
Well, yeah, because he's passed out.
Yeah, Nick is just as exhausted as everyone else.
19.
19? Yeah, you... yeah, as long as you spend 2 hours on it, you get it done.
Alright, and while doing that, Campfire's going to think about Vecna. See if he can think through his long history if he's ever heard that name before.
I mean, if Justin has, there is at least some knowledge there about it. But you can go ahead.
Sounds familiar, but yeah.
Yeah, you can go ahead with Captain Flowers and roll yourself a knowledge check. Your choice, whether it's Arcana, Religion, History, Nature. Twilight, you get a good, strong buzz going. Just, you're high at a comfortable pace, perfect for sleeping.
Oh, yeah.
26.
26?
Captain Flowers, rooting around there in the brain and everything, knows nothing. But manages to kind of tap into the Justin knowledge and remembers that Vecna is basically a man-turned-god, an undead creature, lich, who rose to divinity and wants to take over the multiverse. Not just the various planes of existence, but wants to break the boundaries between realities and take over all of them.
It's a clarifying question because I could be playing my character wrong. Because
what's that?
So, Wrath would have access to what Lance knows. Like, he's rolling to find out a little bit more, right? Or would Wrath not have access to what Lance knows about Vecna?
You all pretty much get to choose how much overlap there is. That's up to you.
Because this really fucking terrified Wrath because of what Lance knows.
I think reflexively, Wrath would have at least gotten some information from Lance, just reflexively. So,
I just wanted to make sure I was playing it correctly. So.
Yeah, and if the two of you basically want a conversation and such, Lance, you are free to give all the information to Wrath you want.
Okay.
Yeah, but you all are able to get some rest and get those hit points, spell slots, everything else back.
Yeah.
If Wrath went immediately to bed to be able to wake up for like the last watch type setting, could I do a couple things?
So more or less everyone's going to bed at the same point except Flowers. So you would have time before Flowers wakes up. So you would have time to do a little bit before the day actually starts moving.
That's fine. coming out of his room, finally. Pius, are you still kind of collapsed in a heap?
Pius is crying.
Okay. Wrath walks over to Pius. Would you join me outside a moment, my friend?
Yes. I'll follow your lead.
Pius, during the night, well, not during the night, but kind of after you finished your sentry mode, Nick finished up their trance. That's what I was looking for. And them and the hermit took the fairy's body and kind of left the House of Cards, presumably to bury it. And Nick has not come back yet. It's been about an hour.
Okay.
Okay. In that case, you would see Wrath looking about for the body to do the exact same thing. But not seeing it, kind of just takes you outside and stares at the, I'm assuming, now rising sun.
Yep.
Okay. My friend, do you know how much danger we were all in yesterday?
Yes.
Do you know what Do you know what Vecna is? What they've done?
Enough to know that I am scared. Wrath. I am terrified. I can't go through this again.
I don't think that you'll have to. We've done what we needed to seal it up. Within a year, we'll be back here. We're coming back anyway, right? We gotta ensure the truce with everybody in the river, or in the lake, rather. So we can take care of it for as much as we can then. But the fact that the false god has made their way here, it's disturbing enough. We must be as vigilant as we can moving forward.
It is much worse than I feared. I should have known better. I should have known that it wouldn't just be goblins and trolls and Sahagin. It is much worse.
No one saw the Lord of Whispers coming here. That's... Before all of this, I didn't even know who they were. They don't belong here. Something's going on. Something bigger than clearing this high road. And I think that's why we've all been brought together, or at least we've all been brought together to start the thing that fights back. I don't know.
I can only hope that I am not the cause of this.
Tempest, Twilight, the two of you are waking up about this time, kind of going out of your room, and you notice that Pius, Wrath, and Nick, and the Hermit all seem to have already exited the House of Cards. Rooms are open, and they're not inside.
I go back to sleep.
You're gonna take a few extra hours, or a couple. All right. Yeah. How about Tempest?
I'm gonna look for everyone.
Yeah, you step out at about this point in Pius and Wrath's conversation. You don't see Nick or the Hermit, though, out there with them.
Wrath lifts... Oh, good.
The hell happened? My head hurts.
Wrath kind of just passes a glance over to her, looks back at Pius. And I mean it. We're gonna have to fight. We're gonna have to give this everything we've got if the Whispered One is truly here. Tempest, how much do you know of the gods, not just the ones typically worshipped here? And as he's saying this, Wrath is beginning the process of attuning with the Dragon's Wrath weapon.
Okay.
He's unsheathed it now and is starting to just slowly go through a few motions, not any that reach out, like out of his own personal boundary.
Yeah. So, Tempest, you've been asked what you know of the gods. And you can tell from the question, the way it was asked, that you're being asked if the person inside of you happens to know anything about the gods of other worlds.
I mean, truth be told, I did great in my classes and all, but learning on that stuff, not so well.
What if I told you that there was once a man who decided to be more than a man, and then decided to be a god? And in order to do that, he had to not only kill himself, everyone he loved, but he also had to kill another god in order to take the place of, if you will.
That sounds like a beautifully tragic story. And horrible.
Well, it happened, and this Whispered One, they call him, his name is Vecna, and he nearly rose into godhood as a lich. I'm sure you know what those are.
Oh yeah, I dream of the day I can finally kill one of those.
Well, the problem with the rise to godhood is that Vecna was mortal before all of this, meaning they were tied to the mortal plane. They weren't bound the same way gods are to only be able to do so much here.
Okay.
You notice around this point, the hermit seems to be walking back towards the camp. He kind of gets within sight range. Nick is not with him currently, and he seems to be holding some type of book. Not a big, thick tome, not the Book of Vile Darkness.
Hermit?
Well, because they weren't tied or bound as the other gods were, this plane became their realm. And you can about imagine what the plane of a demi-lich or god-lich would look like. Imagine everything we see around us under the influence of that. And that's what we faced yesterday.
I hear what you're saying, but a part of me can't help. It sounds like I could be an ultimate hero in that.
If you weren't dead trying.
So, I could hear your conversation as I was approaching. This journal might have some answers. When we went to bury the body, the fairy reanimated for a moment and was worried about her master and mentioned that she had found his journal but hadn't been able to open it. And this is the book.
May I?
Of course.
Take it and I start flipping through the pages.
So when you go to open it, it doesn't open. It doesn't have like a traditional clasp on it that's keeping it closed, but something is keeping it closed.
Where's Nick?
Oh, he's finishing with the body right now. He just wanted me to return this before he finished, or they finished. That way we could start trying to figure out how to open it.
Bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you.
Oh my goodness.
You good?
No.
You didn't sneeze your brain out or anything? Maybe I can make a little bit of sense of it, and I'll sit down and start ritually casting Identify.
Okay. So, Pius, Tempest, you're there. You have about 10 minutes till the Identify goes off. If there's anything you want to do, conversation,
The reason I
etc.
say that is because the higher speed, the easier.
I'm gonna eat a cookie from my snack bag.
Yeah, Pius, that looks just absolutely amazing right now. A snack.
Yeah, I'll, I would like one.
May I have one, Tempest?
Sure. Oh.
Yeah, so you reach in and you pull out what, shape-wise, appears to be like a 6-inch cookie. But it is made of gold.
Ooh, tasty.
Money.
And soft.
Yeah. It also appears to have, like, little chunks of titanium in it, in place of, like, chocolate chunks.
Oh, you spoil me.
Yeah, so once you finish with the Identify, you get that the only magical property on it is a form of spell that locks it, and that it just requires a passphrase to open it.
And it doesn't give me the passphrase?
No, it does not give you the passphrase, unfortunately.
Oh, this one.
Vecna, I'll say. Anything?
The book glows softly for just a couple of seconds. It opens.
I hate being right. I start scanning the pages.
So on the first page, you can see the first journal entry, and you kind of flip through just real quick before reading any of them. And you notice that the journal entries go on for a considerable number of pages. He did have them numbered, but the last one you see that you can make any sense of, like read, is journal entry 383. After that, it just looks like there's random scrawling, as if something was trying to write it but was incapable of doing so. When you head back to the first page of the journal entry, it seems that this likely wasn't the first journal, and then it had been started because of what happened in the first entry he writes. He came to me in my dreams. The world he showed me was unlike anything I could imagine, a world that I doubt even Saloon could envision. He showed me the first steps to take toward helping him make this world. You notice that most of the journal entries, as you kind of start going through them, they're more day-to-day life. There's not a lot that's important, but quite a few do catch your eye as you're going. Journal entry number 6. I've collected all of the ritual components and prepared the circle. Once I cast this spell, I'll become his priest, and he'll give me my first task toward creating the world he's shown me. It is unfortunate that it requires a human sacrifice, but a few lives are a small price for this new world. Journal entry 17. It has been difficult keeping Lord Vecna secret from my servants in the fort, but it must be done. I fear they would not understand what I'm striving to do. Everyone has thanked me for handling burials recently, but it is the only ethical way I can source bodies. Journal entry 29. My lord has given me a new task. I must find a way to obtain a secret ritual in another reality. I feel so much smaller than before now that I know all of the planes of our world make up just one reality of millions. Before I can obtain the ritual, I must first find a way to target this other reality with spells. I will begin with modifying scrying. If I mess up with that spell, it's unlikely to have a noticeable negative consequence. If I can distinguish and extrapolate the part of the spell that targets location, I should be able to work out how to widen the parameters and target other realities. Journal entry 73. I did it. I was able to cast a spell I've named Universal Eye. I have to find the correct reality now. My lord was unable to give me the name of it, but this first reality I viewed doesn't seem to be the correct one. Although, I am interested in this Harmoonly. The way the world exists without arcane deities and magic is absolutely fascinating. Journal entry 183. Maluviette. That is the name of the reality with the ritual I must obtain for my lord. I have a theory that if I modify Universal Eye with a redundant location loop, I should be able to specify location to get the correct reality, as well as a location within that reality, based on an object or creature. Journal entry 357. Lord Vecna is becoming impatient. My progress in modifying Universal Eye further is less than desirable. I must change my approach. I will try to take my modified location marker and apply it to plane shift. If I can successfully do so, I can travel to Maluviette. Once I'm there, my divination magic should make it relatively simple to find the ritual. Journal entry 383. Theoretically, my new spell, Universal Shift, will work. My lord is pleased with this breakthrough, and has offered his divine power to fuel the spell. This spell will require power beyond what any mortal can cast. It requires some unknown base energy type, but Lord Vecna says he has access to it. Tomorrow morning I will tell my subordinates I am leaving on an extended journey to Dawnfire, and then to Baldur's Gate. After I'm out of their sight, I will secretly return to my chamber and cast Universal Shift. I should return within a couple of weeks, then I'll be able to return and work on the next step in my plan until my expected return date. The next entry that should have been from when he cast the spell is where they begin to be unintelligible entries.
Is it the same handwriting? Can I tell?
It does appear to be the same handwriting. And as you look closer at the scribbles, it seems almost like it was an illiterate person, like the same person just suddenly became illiterate in the process.
They fudged it. He had to have. He had to have fudged the spell and brought himself ruin. He was here for a ritual. Flips back a few pages to become... No, he became a priest for Vecna. Human sacrifices, handling bodies. They were here for a ritual, though. Nick might know more.
So about this time, Nick was actually approaching as you were saying all of that. And they very plainly state, I think I know what ritual they were looking for. I'm the presumably only person in this world that actually has it.
Well, you don't plan on giving it to Vecna, do you?
I don't plan on giving it to anyone. Too much power in the wrong hands is a problem. And Vecna is definitely the wrong hands.
Well,
That
good.
is an understatement.
So, by the looks of it, this seems to be an isolated event. Doesn't mean a full-scale incursion, but there is something of Vecna here now. So, we still should come back at some point. Either bury it all or send it back to where it came from.
I'm worried about leaving the Book of Vile Darkness there. Its influence reaches out too easily, and although Vecna is certainly connected to it in his reality, we have one in our own as well.
I'm not sure how much we'd be able to do right now. Do y'all have any ideas? Looks about the group?
Captain Flyer, is this about the time you'd be walking out after waking up?
Sipping on some coffee, yeah.
Yeah, Twilight, you're probably heading out too. You've got a couple hours more sleep.
I didn't miss. Hopefully, you will stay.
Pius just shakes his head.
I shake my head back.
You're right.
So what'd you figure out?
There's a false lich want to be God that's made it. How much do you know about the multiverse or a multiversal theory?
I was thinking about it last night while I was working on my bite. And I got a bit of inspiration. And honestly, I know a little too much than I want to know. And it's not good.
Well, since you know that much at least, there's this deity called Vecna who did some pretty terrible things and has decided to look for something here where it shouldn't be.
You're...
That's pretty much all we know at this point, other than Nick has the thing that it's looking for.
So we have the item that this Vecna is looking for.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So let's
Right.
fight it.
No.
No.
I don't think you understand exactly what it is we're facing. This is God on Earth. This is the divine. This is the most powerful thing that you can imagine standing physically in front of you.
I've proven myself so many times to people on my own. I can handle it, I bet.
Even in my prime, working for Acrid, I would not stand a chance to even break his pinky.
Well, that's no fun.
Look, I'm not saying we can't defeat it, but we need to get stronger. We need to get back to our peak performance. We need allies, maybe.
I
can tell you're getting
Last time, from what I understand, when Vecna attacked, they brought an army of the undead. We can't face an army and a god at the same time. Not in our current state.
I think we should get to Canehurst as quick as possible.
Maybe after we discuss what happened in that tower, Tempest.
Nothing at all. Crunch, crunch. Eating.
Sadly, I disagree, Tempest.
Huh?
You changed when you used that dagger.
What dagger?
The one that we gave to her.
It's all right. Nick said it was okay.
Yeah, he's just trying to cover up for stealing my kill.
What do you
Tempest.
mean she changed?
I saw a look in your eye that I have never seen before. And it is concerning.
You sure it's not the first time we've made eye contact in the heat of battle?
Yes, we've been through quite a bit together.
Well, I feel fine.
That is what is most concerning, is you do not realize what you looked like. You had a wide smile and your eyes were bulged. Manically.
I lean in very close to Pius and just whisper, Tempest is fine. Don't worry about it.
If you say so. But I am keeping an eye on you.
Don't you trust her?
I do, but I do not trust what that dagger can do. That is my concern.
Great things, my friend. But it's not our place. Now, Let's let Tempest eat her cookie again.
Okay. Another time, we will. Never mind. Just.
Pius, you're being weird.
I'm sorry. My mind is on other things.
I'd offer you the snack bag, but you've already taken from it.
Yes, it was delicious. Thank you. I really did enjoy that.
I'm
Well.
just staring at you with concern.
Thumbs up.
Alright.
Well, Lich gods aside, shall we continue on the road?
What? I didn't know we could
I think that's probably our best bet.
Hey.
We'll need to pack up.
Let's hit the road.
I'm in need of a big distraction. Maybe we'll find something to kill or something.
Hey, Raph, you should really check on Pius. He seems to be in a rough spot.
I think he's in the spot we should all be currently after what we just experienced.
Man, I've seen some depressing shit, but your guys' aura.
Tempest, with all due respect, I am having a hard time dealing with this situation because I was in the middle of it, but from something much less powerful.
Pius, you've had like a few minutes to kind of like mull this over as the conversation's been going. And just from the bits you do know about Vecna and what was said, you kind of have the realization that Acrid was Maluviette's version of Vecna. Acrid was trying to do exactly what Vecna did.
wait.
Yes, I just know how bad things can get with situations like this. I'm just concerned, that is all.
Let's just all take some time and move slow.
I will be okay. I just need distracting. Okay, I will help you pack up, Wrath.
Alright, let's get to it. Did I get to finish attuning to the sword or not?
Yeah, you had enough time throughout the whole process. So camp doesn't exactly take too long to take down and put up. And as you're kind of finishing it, you can feel that aura from the keep kind of flare up before just disappearing completely.
What was that? I go to see it.
Yeah, so you take a few hundred yards over there, and as you're kind of looking at the mound of rubble and such, you can see that in the center where the kind of around where the staircase was, and where you went down into the lower floor, a lot of what was there has crumbled, fallen in, disappeared, and there's just an open hole leading down. You don't feel that presence of dread, though.
God? Was the spell temporary?
You also notice that the wilting of the plants seems to have gotten to roughly 100 feet from the keep.
So look around for just a moment before backing away and just going to meet with the rest, pondering what this means.
Okay. Yeah, so camp's all broken down. Wrath has returned to the camp, and you're all prepared to continue your journey.
On the road again.
On the road again. Brain math. So you head into the tunnel, and you're traveling down it. You don't hear any roars or any indication of whatever it was before, and nothing seems to have changed, so whatever it was didn't come this far down the tunnel either. And as you're traveling down the tunnel, the lights are still up, they're continuing on, but after about 3 hours, you realize that this tunnel probably goes on for a very significant portion of time.
We're going to be underground for a little while, everyone.
Oh, good.
Starting to get used to it.
Boulder, so we're not underground.
This is a tunnel through the mountain. You will be underground going through it.
This reminds me of a story of a great wizard that was once so powerful that he found a mountain under the ground and created this vast labyrinth as his home.
Where did you hear that at?
I'm actually not sure. It just kind of came to me.
That sounds made up. I think you're making things up.
Maybe.
It could be your friend inside of your head, Wrath.
Yeah, that's where I think it came from.
And everyone except Twilight would actually be aware of Noctera and kind of like underground civilization that spans out across a significant portion of the world. AKA, like, something equivalent to the Underdark.
Sure.
Yeah, so you're all able to kind of keep going, and surprisingly, you don't really encounter anything. You heard the roar, you had been warned about these ooze creatures, and yet after about 8 hours of travel, you haven't actually encountered anything. Like, you did see for a little bit, you noticed claw marks in the walls, but there's no sign that anything's actually around you as you reach the 8-hour mark in the tunnels.
Can I investigate the claw mark?
Yeah.
We've been walking for so long.
I haven't. I've been flying. I don't know what you're flying about.
The tunnel's a little too cramped for flying, unfortunately.
I'm gonna beat her. Someone hold me back. I'm gonna do it.
What am I rolling? Investigation?
Yeah, investigation.
So if I wanted to use my spell point on that?
A plot point?
No, my spell.
What spell? Oh, enhance ability?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could cast enhance ability to get the boost to your intelligence and then make that check.
So what is that? One, the
Tanner, look behind you. Tanner, look behind you.
Yeah, so you have advantage on the roll, but it's your investigation.
Oh, okay. So I thought it was just add 1 hit point to it. So it's
Yeah, what it does is give you advantage on checks with whatever ability score you choose.
so it would be a 2d20 plus
Yep.
3.
Yep, 2d20 and you take the higher d20. Bear's Endurance, that one does different, but... Another d20! How about everyone else? You've had a full day's travel at this point. You would estimate based on kind of like when you went in, it's somewhere around 4 p.m. You all got a pretty early start to the day.
Wrath is going to mostly just be still more or less attuning with the weapon. He's kind of playing with it here and there, looking it up and down, really memorizing its features as he's wielding it.
Okay. Twilight, that 21. You can't like tell exactly what made them, but it seems to be something dragon-like in nature. Based on the size of the tunnel, though, it definitely isn't a full-grown dragon.
Thank God.
It's a baby.
We could handle a dragon.
We're not killing the
Full-grown
baby.
one?
As long as it wasn't ancient.
Yeah, Twilight,
Yeah.
it's enough. You figure it's either like a young adult or possibly like a wyvern or something.
Cute. I keep what I see to myself because I know my team is going to kill it. So I just keep it to myself, and I'm thinking, I know what that is.
Well, I mean, if it attacks us, yeah, it's gonna fucking die.
I'm not going to.
That's fine.
It was a dog with sharp claws.
Yeah, if it was a dog and it attacked me, it would die. That's just how it works.
It would die.
Self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
He's now dead.
As long as it's not my dog, I would probably hesitate at the very least. But if it's a wild dog, yeah, that thing's getting kicked. And anyway,
Damn, Hunter.
well, I mean, shit. Survival of the fittest. All right. I don't know. Pius is just walking in front. So I don't know what he would really be doing. Yeah, I know he has his high beams on.
I mean, there's been light down through the whole tunnel.
Oh, okay.
There's still lights and everything. This was a very well constructed tunnel. It was meant to be the primary trade route, after all. But this area is kind of slim. It's like just big enough for like a carriage to go through one way.
Okay.
You also, none of you have actually noticed like a branching path or even a spot you could kind of pull off of this road through the tunnel to sleep. It's just been a straight road the whole way.
Is can I like do investigation on the full tunnel? Like see if there's like anything that I may be missing?
No. You've pretty much seen everything there is. It's just a straight tunnel, lights, the support pillars. As you look, that's all you can find.
What about the ceiling?
Still a tunnel, still a wall.
Tastes like dirt.
Yeah, so you're at the 8 hour mark. Did y'all want to try stopping to rest, find a different spot, keep going?
I vote keep going.
I agree with you this time.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. Lead the way.
Lead the way.
Okay.
All right, 1 more hour of travel and constitution checks. Saves.
Constitution check.
11.
Yo, 21.
11, 21, that's a 19 for Pius?
Yep.
15, 16 for Twilight. Why are you rolling again, Twilight? Did you think 16 wasn't good enough?
I was just seeing what I get, and I didn't, so. I figured I got 3 of them, why not use one?
Fair enough,
But
that's 1 of them down. Yeah, so, oh, I should probably roll the Constitution for the lowest con in the group, huh?
Is he the lowest con?
I think so. Like, Tempest has a low con for a fighter, but she's got the proficiency. Oh, no, Nick, wow. Okay, Nick, you got a +8 on a con save.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yes, they have high con. 20, yeah, y'all feel good. No one's hitting that exhaustion right now. So you're all free to continue traveling. Another hour is another Constitution save, though. As the DC gets higher with every pushed hour.
Do we see any change in the tunnel ahead?
Not yet. It did seem to widen back out, though. So it looks like it's about 10 feet wide, 10 to 12 feet wide, and about 15 feet high at the moment.
Maybe 1 more hour. If we don't see any change, then we stop.
I think 1 hour and a half.
Well, let's do 1 and then decide on the half after, maybe.
I disagree.
Why?
Because I think 1.5 hours is good.
But why can't we do the other half after another 1?
Look at mine, though.
Because I know what you'd be doing. You would try to convince me, and we'd have this whole conversation again and again, and then you would push me into believing that you were right.
Well, most of the time he is right.
So if we have to have this conversation that many times, then I do think we should have stopped before we made it to that point.
Everybody.
I'm just saying we go another hour, take another look, see how everyone's doing. If we want to continue then we can.
You said this was my idea and it's getting sold. And you
And
agree?
continue on. Yes, I agreed that we should continue on and try and get out of here, if possible tonight. Yes, I do agree with that.
Okay, now let's continue to go on.
Con saves.
Heavy breathing
Hey,
intensifies.
nice 24, Pius.
Thanks.
Natural 20. 29.
Nice. Twilight got a
I'm
22.
I'm quite constitutious.
Tempest got a 13. Nick got a 12. How about Captain Flowers?
22.
22? Alright, everyone passed again. You do notice that at one point through this hour, like, Nick kind of starts breathing a little heavy. You guys just stop for a minute or two. He catches his breath, goes on. But kind of at the end of this hour, everyone seems to be fine still.
Any change in the tunnel?
No real changes in the tunnel. But you get the feeling that something is coming. That you're getting close to something.
I want to run ahead.
Can I smell the blood?
As you start to sniff, you do notice you smell something kind of rancid. Doesn't seem to be too close, though. But definitely close enough to be able to smell.
It
I
hurts
think
my nose.
now. Sorry, go ahead, Tempest.
No, you're good. It just hurts my nose.
I believe we should stop here. I will keep an eye on where we are headed while we rest.
I mean, everyone seems to be okay. Should we not keep going forward? I don't understand.
Hey.
Is something bothering you?
I have a bad feeling.
Twilight did run ahead, so not to say she won't come back.
Or maybe she got.
Well,
Only time will tell.
set up camp and I'll retrieve Twilight.
Okay.
And I'll make my way towards where I saw her run off to.
Okay.
At a much slower pace.
Yeah. Twilight, I mean, you get ahead. You're going for about like 15 minutes or so. Like, you're chugging along. You've probably covered close to a mile of distance at this point. And you notice one of the walls seems to have collapsed at this point. And you see this kind of black goo on the rocks. And you can see down the tunnel a little bit. It's not lit up like the main tunnel. This was clearly a naturally formed one and just kind of collapsed in. And you can see that there's a variety of what appears to be tattered clothes, damaged armor, damaged weapons, and just this black goo just in spots all over. Nothing really large. Each spot where you see the black goo, it's maybe just a few inches across.
How far am I from the other end of the tunnel?
You still do not see an end to this tunnel.
No, like how? So is there a gap from where I'm standing?
It's a caved-in wall in the side of the main tunnel. They literally connect together. It's not like there's some chasm in the middle.
Okay.
You're literally looking at a caved-in wall and in a naturally occurring tunnel branching off.
I can probably put it back together.
Possibly.
Yeah, I'll try putting it back together.
All right. So you mold earth and get all these rocks and bits back up, but it's more like just professionally stacked rocks. It doesn't, reform them all together. So it's still obvious where the cave-in was.
Okay. I'm gonna continue to walk.
Continuing forward?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How long do you plan on walking?
Probably...
Because you've already gone about 15 minutes, somewhere around a mile, and none of the group is chasing after you as far as you can tell.
Right. I'm still kind of curious where... So I'm really now intrigued, now that I see the armor and stuff. I'm really intrigued, so I want to really continue.
Okay. After about, 5 to 10 more minutes, you still haven't seen anything else. It's just the tunnel going. But Wrath, this is where you kind of catch up to her. And as you were passing, you noticed the patchwork job she did on the tunnel collapse as well.
She can't be far now. Twilight!
Oh shit, coming after me. I'm going to do the spider crawl.
It's not tall enough. You're still going to be totally visible casting spider climb.
Even if I try climbing on the ceiling?
Yeah, it's only like 15 feet up.
Shit.
So strong.
Yeah, this is a tunnel, not a cavern.
I'm gonna just try to, it's gonna sound stupid, but I'm gonna try just to kind of put myself like next to a cave and hopefully like kind of blend in with the wall. Hopefully it won't.
You're just gonna press yourself up against the tunnel wall?
Yeah. So it doesn't see me.
Yeah, it's not like you're near an entrance or a hole or even another tunnel at the moment. You're literally just in the middle of a tunnel. Because you're, like 10 hours traveling in this tunnel at this point. So, Wrath, you walk up and you see Twilight like pressed against the wall, looking away from you. Her pink skin standing out against the brown rocks. The rainbow shirt.
How far from the bits of armor and stuff are we? Did we pass that already?
Yes. You're about like 5-10 minutes past that at this point.
Okay, so he'll walk up.
And you didn't see any of the armor or anything. That was in the tunnel. You saw the rocks piled up that indicate a collapsed tunnel.
Gotcha. Okay, so he'll just stand next to Twilight, looking at her out of one side of his head. You can see the lizard eye, kind of just looking sideways at you. The rest of the group is starting to get tired. They want to stop for the night.
I pretend like he's talking to himself.
You are well aware he sees you, and that he is talking to you.
He turns
I
and
know.
faces you.
I just pretend like I don't. I pretend like I don't see, or I don't notice him. Like I'm pretending like even though I do know that he's there and do know that he's me, I'm still gonna pretend like kind of like bury the head in the sand type thing.
He turns and he faces you and kind of waves his hand in front of your eyes. All right then. Steps off to the side of you, sits down, and he pulls out his needle and leather and just starts slowly doing little designs on it.
All right, Twilight, how long are you going to stand there pretending that you're not there?
I'm
Jesus,
gonna walk.
fancy
I'm
crap.
gonna run back the other way now.
You're going to run back towards the camp? Okay. Wrath, you get this all pulled out. It takes you like 3 minutes. You get it set up, and then she just bolts back towards everyone else.
He kind of watches her go for a second, packs it all up slowly, and just starts walking back.
Yeah, so Twilight, by the time you get back, camp is set up. There's no House of Cards space here. So it's just kind of bedrolls laid out. Y'all don't really have firewood. Wrath has the little bit of cloth that's burnable, but that won't keep a fire going.
Yeah, that's for starting a fire.
Yeah. So you get it all out, and you can't really cook anything at the moment unless Captain Flowers wants to use Create Bonfire.
I was just about to say, hey, Captain, can we get bonfire going here?
Yeah, of course you can. My brightest day, darkest night. I cast bonfire within my seat.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I mean, there's plenty of light. It's not like we're giving that off. The smoke might be a problem.
Magical
Looks
fire
up,
does
is
not
there-
create smoke.
That's what I was about to ask.
Yup.
But never mind.
We're good.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't need to breathe.
And that's when you notice that the cavern is the tunnel's filling up with water. No.
Wait, hold on. We should...
I will continue this journey without you, my friends.
Swimming for 10 hours.
Okay, I can do it.
Yeah, you can.
Wild shapes.
I mean, y'all are about like halfway through this tunnel now.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's only 2 days travel, like 60-something miles.
Good lord. Well, in D&D standards, that's not too bad, but in real life, that would suck.
Yeah, it's good ways. So before bed, Wrath is going to spend 4 hours or so just practicing his tattooing.
All right, go ahead and make a dex check then.
I'm going to use a plot point because I only rolled a 9. That's
All right.
much better. That is a 22.
All right. Yeah. You're practicing. You're feeling more and more confident in your work. And
So,
that's 8 hours of progress towards proficiency.
so I'll say while he's doing this, Normally, as he's practicing, he's incorporating different schools of magic or different elements of magic in his the leather that he's using to bind his spellbook. This time, it's all focused on necromancy. You see, like skeletal hands, skulls, different runic symbols that reference necromancy and things like that.
All right. Because you're doing the split thing, we'll go ahead and split that 8 hours 4 and 4 on the two different proficiencies you're working on.
It's an actual hat. So.
Wait, what two proficiencies? I'm sorry.
Enchanters and painters.
Oh, this goes towards enchanting? Oh.
Just because you're kind of practicing that along the way, too. So we're going to split up the time because you got a really good roll.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to play with better tablets.
All right. Pius, are you doing anything as everyone's getting comfortable and ready for bed?
He is.
Why are you killing your own attacker? I killed your attacker.
He's praying. To whatever God will listen.
Roll a religion check for me real quick, and then we'll come back to it. How about Captain Flowers?
Thanks for
Oh, Captain Flowers is going to be smoking his pipe and drinking the rest of his coffee.
Been working on that coffee all day. You had a gallon of it, so...
Yup, I have to drink the rest of it.
Scream.
Screen. Is anyone going to take time to cook anything, or is Twilight going to be passing out good berries?
What did you say?
Can we get some good berries, Twilight, so that we don't have to cook any meat tonight?
I don't have the ring. Remember, I gave it to him?
You bought another.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah, you bought another.
I don't see it in my items list.
I'll have to get that put back on there then.
Yeah, I do not see it in my items list. But yeah, you can have a good berry.
Thank you.
Good berries for all. Tempest, you doing anything?
Yeah. I'm gonna take my good berry and kind of pick a random side of the tunnel that's just more away and kind of set up near the darker area. Just curl up near the wall, facing the wall.
If only there was a darker area. The whole tunnel has lighting just down the walls.
That's fine. I'm gonna go 20 feet away. Like I'm just curled up, just facing the wall. No one's seeing my face.
Okay. Okay. Twilight, is there anything specific you want to do, or just general tomfoolery before bed?
Well, first off, get high, but I also want to know how I can, the wand of swarming insects. How do I get that back up to count?
You recover charges every morning. It's full right now. Yeah, the charges are full up again.
Oh, okay, so it's 10?
Yeah, 10 out of 10 now.
Perfect. And, so is it the weak plant drug, or the, infernal lily that I take?
The weed plant drug is the ephemeral lily.
I'm down to my last hit.
Well, if you want to do it now and then just try to find some after you get out of the tunnel, that's up to you. Or you can just take a night of sobriety.
No, I'll take the hit.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll a Constitution.
Alright.
Hey, you get buzzed. And it'll last for... The magical properties only last for 7 minutes, but otherwise you got your buzz going and you can get all rested in. Now, back to Pius. With the 19, you recognize this voice that speaks to you. It's not been too long, only like maybe a week or so since you met Scarb. And he does reply to you and asks if there's anything specific that you were reaching out for. You feel a new pathway open up, though, as you do so. And he sounds intrigued by the fact that you would just reach out like that.
I am. This is all in his head. He's not saying this out loud. I am desperate. I need to know something.
What is it?
I need to know the path that Akrid took.
Akrid's path wasn't dissimilar from the one that your friend Nick walks, but there is a key difference. Akrid sought to serve himself, to become a god, to become a tyrannical leader. Your friend looks to do the opposite. They wish to protect. What a man does in his life does not inherently determine whether they are good or evil. The motive does. Although some acts are not justified by the ends that you wish to meet. That is the contemplation of your friend. And I trust with you there, as well as your friend Wrath, you'll all be able to stand firm and make the right decisions.
I hope so. Thank you.
You're welcome. And find solace in the fact that the gods believe in all of you.
I do.
You feel the connection break.
Pius gets up and kind of looks at the others. And then he sits back down after doing a little stretch. And then he just stares. He sits kind of hugging his knees and then stares at the path that we were headed farther into the cave.
All right. Yeah, everyone does their thing, turns in for the night. And I would say it's restful for everyone, but it isn't. Not quite. My brain's trying to process the correct words. Sorry, give me just a moment. Raph, you can tell this isn't a dream you're having. And you stand in the void. You can see in front of you, about 10 feet or so, a book bound in flesh floating. And you can feel almost a sentience coming off of it. And this is Wrath with no connection to Lance at the moment.
Why can't I do?
Who are you?
I am the one
You put a chair on
who wishes to be free.
Oh wait, no, he's out of passenger.
I've been told about you. The evil you wrought. Why have you brought me here? Send me back.
You misunderstand. Vecna pales in comparison.
And who are you then, if not the one whispered about?
I am the forgotten deity. I wish for freedom.
I don't. If you've been forgotten, then how am I to know how to make this decision?
Your compliance is meaningless.
That solves that, doesn't it?
You kind of notice that as you're speaking, the book seems to be shifting and growing into a mass of writhing tentacles, one that you have seen in this void before. And you hear that same repeated phrase, "Stand at my feet, bring my revival one step closer."
He's going to attempt to move away from it. I don't know if he can or not.
You do. You start to back away, and your vision starts to blur, and you find yourself falling unconscious. And then your eyes open, and it's morning.
No!
Everyone, you are awakening.
Wrath, are you alright?
No, I'm not.
Talk to me.
You ever heard of a forgotten deity? That sounds ridiculous to utter. How can one remember when it's forgotten? I had a dream. It wasn't a dream. This being, this something bigger than Vecna. The book was there. It said Vecna was nothing but a plaything to it, though.
Well, in that case,
It's like chasing after
we can't do anything about it then.
I don't think that's true at all. If anyone can, it'd be us, right?
I mean, true, we are pretty cool, but I mean,
Right.
if the deity is stronger than Vecna, then we stand no chance currently.
We just gotta get stronger, is all.
Hey,
Gather some allies. Other people like us.
Yeah.
I started doing push-ups. I'm getting stronger.
Well, I mean, that's one way to do it.
It says my compliance isn't important. That we're gonna release it no matter what. I can't believe that, though. There's no way we would choose to let that out.
Not willingly.
If there's one thing I've learned, that's the only thing that we really have against these things is will.
Did you say it had tentacles?
Yeah, a lot of them. Inky
interesting.
black.
I think I may know why the torment fragments are so powerful.
Well,
And what happens when they all connect.
you think that's born?
It's just a theory, but
Yeah.
it would make sense.
What's the connection? I don't understand. Why do you think that?
Anything that is affected by the torment fragment has tentacles.
Well, and everyone thinks everyone's going to evolve into crabs too, but that's a little bit of a coincidence, I think. Maybe though.
It is
To be honest.
probably. I mean, as far as all the information we've gathered, I believe it's the closest we've gotten.
Yeah, I guess you're not wrong about that. Maybe.
I'm still unsure. Like I said, it's a theory, but
It's more than I've got right now.
it may be the reason it is reborn. Then we do have quite a few of these fragments.
just lag so much.
Yeah, but you have to remember, we also have one that isn't here. I made sure of that before we left Pallet.
Tempest, because everyone's kind of awake and starting the day at the moment. Tempest, as it's kind of mentioned about bringing these torment fragments together and potentially birthing this deity, you kind of get a flash of memory back to the forest where you met the goblin village that you all helped and didn't really exist. You kind of remember seeing a large purple crystal the size of a person.
Holy shit!
Yes?
So, this might be kind of delayed, but yeah, so I suddenly just remembered I saw a giant, crystal fragment thing, as big as a person, Wrath big, bigger, pious even. It was near that goblin village way back.
Oh.
And you're just now telling us?
Shit happened, I repressed it, just, that was one of the things I remember from it.
Well, no use in backtracking now, but at least we know that it.
Are you sure?
Sure.
That's a pretty big danger.
It's so far, though.
Need a gift, everybody.
Yeah, right. But we've seen what just one of these small ones can do.
Sure.
Well, think of it this way. I basically had one around my neck this entire time and nothing weird happened. It could be hit or miss.
Nothing weird happened, you say?
Why are you looking at me like that?
I mean, I've seen you turn into a wolf and attack us.
That is a separate issue that I don't want to talk about. I'm sensitive about it.
But what if it's not? What if it's related?
I had this issue way sooner than I had this.
But what if this is like it is with every magic? What if it's a catalyst? What if it just makes the reaction bigger, stronger?
I don't like what this is implying. It's fine. Everything's fine. Nothing is wrong.
Y'all should definitely vote.
You're all silent. It scares me.
It's just really hard to believe. I don't like thinking about a torment fragment that large on its own in these woods.
This is also a fuzzy memory. What if we go all the way back and there's nothing there?
At least
I'd feel even worse.
Yeah, but at least we'll be sure there's nothing there.
So Nick kind of chimes in, and they've been really quiet since the Undead Keep, and they just kind of say, I don't think there's anything we can do about it right now. If one's this powerful, like you said, Wrath, how powerful would one the size of a person be? I think it's just as difficult to take it on as the book is. I think it's something we might have to come back for later.
It kind of depends on how badly we piss it off, too.
Wrath just kind of tenses his hand on the sheath of his sword.
Pius puts his hand on Wrath's shoulder. I know you are concerned, friend, but
I don't like it. I don't like that power being out there. But I understand.
I promise you, Wrath, we will fix this.
Oh, I know.
But first, we should carry on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn into a bat and I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna fly down the cave, the tunnels, and see what I can find.
And there he goes.
So you've already scouted like a half hour ahead of this spot, so you already know everything for like the next half hour of travel.
Oh, that's right. I can just walk it since I already know, and then once I get to that destination, then I can turn into the bat. That's a better idea. Thank you.
Wrath looks down at all of the stuff that Twilight is leaving behind in camp. We should just go ahead and cook breakfast while she does this.
Aye. Sounds like a good plan to me.
Breakfast!
Cookie. Or coffee? Coffee cookie. It's a thing.
Coffee cookie bar.
Yeah, pulling it out, it has all the essential nutrients of chocolate chip cookies and coffee.
Perfect. Perfect breakfast. Breakfast of champions.
Hell yeah.
Breakfast of champions.
It's what my uncle always says when he drinks his whiskey in the morning.
I'm gonna break out the whiskey.
Was your uncle a dwarf?
No.
Break out some bear meat to cook.
All right. Yeah, you'll sit around, make breakfast, chit chat. It goes smoothly. No real issues as you kind of take your time getting through the morning routine, waiting to see if Twilight goes ahead and comes back or not. Twilight, you get back up to the point where you'd stack the rocks, the cave-in tunnel, and you notice the rocks have all fallen down again, and the tunnel is open again. What?
I'm gonna mold earth, making them back to normal.
Just stack the rocks again?
Yep.
See if they last more than 12 hours this time?
Yeah.
They last more than 4 hours, see a doctor.
Ooh.
So it's
You don't have to roll a check, you're just using mold earth to stack them all again. Again, it just looks like it's professionally stacked rocks. There's nothing to keep them from falling again.
I'm a professional.
She's a professional, guys.
She's a professional rock stacker.
We're in good hands.
Exactly.
Dumb ways to die.
So how far do you plan to scout ahead, Twilight?
So where was it that Rat or Nick? No, Rat found me.
About like 10 minutes ahead of this spot.
Yeah, so I'll walk 10 minutes and then I'll turn into a bat and then fly the rest of the way.
By rest of the way, how far do you mean?
Until I get to the end.
Alright, you're just gonna go ahead a full day's travel. Alright, we'll go back and forth between the two parties then, as we progress. So y'all
I know this is gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad, but
yeah, so y'all are able to
Dragon.
you all are able to get started about the time she's turning into a bat to scout ahead.
Let's just pack up her stuff.
Let's get to it.
Well, at least she can't blame us for this.
Yep. I pack up her bags and we start moving.
Yeah. So after about 15 minutes, you get to that part of the tunnel where the rocks were stacked up. Clearly, Twilight's work to try to close a cave in, as far as you can tell.
Well, I don't think we're getting through that.
I mean, they're loosely stacked. They look like they can just be pushed over. And you can see there's black goo on some of them as well.
Oh, there's probably something nasty in there.
Did the rocks fall down again?
No, they're standing at the moment.
Should we... We were told about some slimes, right? This looks slimy to y'all?
Aye, it does.
Mm-hmm. Can confirm.
Should we go ahead and take care of it?
Do we just want to throw a torch down there and call it good?
Well, I don't think a torch is gonna... We can try. Maybe they're really flammable.
We fought gelatinous cubes before, right?
Yeah. And I'll reach in my bag. First, pull out the box and go, oh, I forgot I had this, by the way, and hand you your box of 12 tonics.
Yeah.
And then he'll reach back in and pull out a small little vial full of, if I'm not mistaken, this was green slime?
The slime here on the rocks? No, it is black.
No, the slime we had fought before that I had taken a sample of.
Oh, yeah, it was a bluish green, kind of like a teal color.
Okay. And he'll kind of shake it up. See? So I imagine it has a little bit different properties. Puts it back in his bag.
The very least, we'll see what's down there.
True. Captain, you cool with this?
Hey, I'm
Light detour. Before we go in, though, and I'll take out an empty vial and see if I can't collect some of the black goo here.
Yeah, you're able to scoop some up in it. It is abnormally thick.
It's tar-like almost.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on your shoe.
Oh, shit. Looking at my shoe, is it burning or acidically melting away or anything?
No. There's no negative properties at the moment.
Okay.
And then Pius kicks the fucking wall down.
Rocks scatter.
Hello?
It was only like one deep. You can see them and hear them kind of clattering around. Without dark vision, you can see about like 20 feet or so dim light. For the ones of you with dark vision looking down, you can see like good 60 feet down. And there just seems to be random piles of this goo the whole way, as well as corpses and damaged armor, weapons, clothing. It looks like it was like holes melted in them.
I'm gonna light a torch and throw it on one of the piles of goo.
I'm also lighting a torch, but I'm holding one because I can't see in the dark.
As a reminder, in case y'all forgot, you do have those the jewelry of sending as well. In case you feel the need to tell Twilight that you're not following her.
Oh, yeah. Here. I got it. Twilight, we're stopping at the wall that you made right here. Come back if you want.
Oh, that's telepathically?
Yep.
Yes, telepathically, and you can make a short reply back. As you've just been told that the group is not following you, they are dealing with that other tunnel.
Well, in that case... And I keep going.
Okay.
All right. Twilight is choosing to sit out for the remainder of the session, basically.
And the remainder of her character's life, probably.
Possibly.
Did I find anything so far?
You've only gone about another, 5 minutes past the furthest point you made it before. No, you haven't seen anything new yet. Pius, you throw the torch in there and it lands on the goo, and it just kind of goes out as it sinks slowly into it.
That's gross.
Look like that.
Well, fire is out of the question.
Aye.
So what are they trying to do?
They're about to go investigate a whole tunnel that branches off from the main one.
Oh, they found a new tunnel?
It's the one you found and used mold earth to put the rocks up.
Okay.
That's the tunnel they're checking. And they've told you they're checking that tunnel.
Right. But I mean, I'm still ahead in the tunnel.
In the main tunnel, yes. You didn't go down the branching path. You put the wall up and kept going down the main tunnel.
Oh shit.
And they're telling you they're going down that tunnel.
Okay. I changed my mind. I want to go.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's what I kept trying to say, is like, you are going a completely different direction than them. They are not following you.
Yeah, okay. Now I get it. Now I understand. May I,
So now that you get it, are you using your opportunity to have responded to the telepathy to say, I'm coming back?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't know they found a new tunnel, basically.
Again, not new. You already found it. You just went past it and kept going down the main tunnel.
Okay.
All right, onward.
Let's go slow, give Twilight some time to catch up, but yeah, let's continue.
You could set up and play cards in front of this tunnel waiting for her.
No, let's just start sneaking in. We'll just move slowly, quietly.
Okay.
And while we're moving, I'm also scanning the ceiling for surprise drops.
All right.
Because I played enough Dark Souls.
So as you kind of get through the spot that caved in, you notice the tunnel kind of widens out, and that initial area was smaller just because that was like more a cave in. But as you get into like the tunnel proper, it's about like 10 feet wide, 10 feet tall, and it's fairly close to a proper circle. Even the ground isn't flat; it's just a big tube tunnel. And it doesn't take much to notice that there are some scraps of purple flesh, skin, kind of on the wall, as if like a shedding lizard or something used the wall to do its business.
Fuck.
I don't really like this tunnel anymore.
Yeah, and I mean, you would know it's not necessarily uncommon to see signs of purple worms in naturally occurring tunnels. It doesn't necessarily mean they're nearby or anything, but that doesn't mean they're not either.
Exactly. That is why we are concerned.
This could be worse. We could be inside of some giant living creature.
You just had to say that, didn't you?
As you hear
I'm
the
not
sound of
gonna
a stomach gurgling, no.
Fuck's sake.
No. No, I'm not putting you guys inside of a purple worm. That is not level appropriate. It is a little concerning, though, that it seems to have come up to this point, narrowly missing breaking through into the main tunnel, and you don't see any path where it would have deviated, as if it came up and then just backtracked the way it came.
Well, that's a little odd.
Oh, boy. One's a baby.
What?
One, we're in the baby tunnel. The
No.
main tunnel is the mother's tunnel. I'm calling it now.
I mean, the main tunnel is clearly human-made.
As far as we know. No.
They found the tunnel through and just decided to clean it up.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we continue on then. A little more.
Yeah. You travel for about a half hour before Twilight actually finishes catching up to everybody. And when she catches up, she's kind of a bat. So just all of a sudden, there's a bat that came up from behind you.
Yeah, that's sound.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, that's the first life we've seen in this tunnel so far.
I'm guessing it's Twilight.
I'm gonna shit on Raph's head.
Yep, that's definitely Twilight.
I
It's gonna be a dead one.
I don't actually aim to hit her, but I throw a lightning lash into the air.
Twilight, I want you to roll a dexterity save. If your total is below 5, you react and throw yourself into it.
Oh, please. Please.
Yes.
Wait. I just said 5 or below. I should specify 5 or below naturally. So,
You're making it hard.
yeah, so basically just roll a d20. The odds are in your favor.
I'm doing dexterity.
Just a d20. Woo! 120! That's a great natural roll.
Whoa.
16. No, you don't dodge into it.
Wipes the guano. Looks at it for a second. Would this technically be, this would be real guano, right?
Okay, so now we're getting into one of those weird curiosities about how mechanics are supposed to work. Like, so she turned into a bat. Her biology is that of a bat. But
Yeah.
does that mean her poop changes from human poop into bat poop? Does it turn into guano?
Yes.
Or does it just
Yeah.
kind of like change size? Or does it count as equipment and merge into her body and therefore she couldn't actually poop on you?
Those are all great questions.
Yeah.
I say I take the form of it, so therefore my urine and everything takes the form.
That's where I'm going to go with it. I just want to point out how that's one of those weird questions that could go like any of these directions based on GM discretion. I say it just turned into appropriate for the creature. So
Looks at the guano on my hand, thinks about it for a second, pulls out my what is it called? The components pouch, and just puts the guano in it.
there are spells that require guano.
There are.
There are.
Fire spells.
Oh shit.
Bumblebee tuna.
Yeah. But as you've been traveling the tunnel, it's been like every 5 minutes or so you see like the remains of equipment from people, but you have yet to actually see a proper body while traveling through this side tunnel.
You said we could see like kind of remains of clothes, right?
Yeah, there's like scraps of clothes, armor, weapons. You see a
Can
torn
I
up
check
bag at
this?
one point.
Can I check to see how it's damaged? Like, is it torn, like bitten, ripped, acid, any of that, burned?
Appears to be melted by acid.
Whoa. It's a bit of an acidic feeling here. Hey.
I'm starting to think that black goo is the worm's shit.
Guano?
No.
No.
Do worms have acid? I don't know anything about these worms.
Alaskan bullworms do.
They have acid.
Tempest just magically throwing out knowledge from our world. I'm actually not sure if purple worms have any type of like acid shit going on, so I'm double checking that real quick.
Well, either way, we came down here to do a job, so at least let's see if we can see what it is.
Hey.
Yeah, let's keep going. Reluctantly.
Dun,
Okay,
dun, dun!
nice.
What'd you say, Wrath?
He just kind of patted you on the shoulder. And we'll be okay, man. Pies.
Thumbs
If
up.
this is the worst we have to deal with, then we'll be sitting easy, honestly.
Hey.
He nods, and then keeps walking.
All right. So y'all travel about another half an hour. Like, you're somewhere around like a mile and a half, 2 miles into this tunnel at this point. And you've continued to see like random scraps and such. An indication that whenever this problem started and that collapse happened, there were a lot of people that tried to come down this way, and either they decided to investigate this side tunnel or whatever the problem is was dragging them in here at this point. It's definitely deep enough that something had to have been going on before the Highroad shut down. Because you've probably seen equipment remains from anywhere from 20 to 30 people at this point. You do find yourself kind of entering a cavern-like space at this point as well. It's somewhere around like 30 feet wide, 30 feet long, and about 25 feet in height. In the center of it, you do see just one big mass of black goo, somewhere around 10 feet across.
I think that's our target. Is there any other goo substances, masses? Or
I was actually just about to say, everyone go ahead and roll a perception check. A combination of things like dark vision, the shadows cast by the light and such could make it potentially difficult to see certain things.
Well, I still have my torch. Do I still have disadvantage on the roll?
No disadvantage for anyone.
Okay.
Just the combination of shadows and such. It's possible to miss some of what's going on in this room. So there's a decent amount.
I got an 11.
An 11. Tempest got an 11. Pius, you're 21. And you're I've played enough Souls game logic.
Thank
You do notice that there are several masses of goo clinging to the ceiling, kind of an approximate 10-foot radius from the goo down below.
I have never been more thankful for the man inside of my head.
Alongside that, though, you also take note of what appear to be a couple of kind of smaller tunnels off to the sides, one kind of straight ahead, and you notice that over on the left side of the room, the shadow being cast from the torch makes it kind of hard to see, but you can see how the ground goes down as if there's a tunnel heading that way, into just downward as well.
Like straight down, or
It's very,
can I not tell?
It's a very steep angle. Kind of like the one that y'all slid down before actually leaving Pallet.
Ah, okay.
The rest of them are considerably smaller, anywhere from 3 to like 5 feet across. It doesn't look like a purple worm made any of the other tunnels you're seeing.
So, good news. We're surrounded by slime. Bad news. There's more tunnels.
I'm kind of lost on the first one still, but we'll circle back to that. How many slime?
I already forgot how many, Jeff.
You see 5 of them hanging from the ceiling in a 10-foot radius around the black ooze on the ground. So they don't have you guys around because you're just coming in to the tunnel. Next week I'll have a map prepared for all of this.
Not including the big one that we see directly in front of us. There's 5 of them above that.
Between me and Nick, we could probably blast them down from there.
That would be best, because if you step under one of them, you're going to have a very bad time.
Right. I'm thinking nobody should get close to any of these things.
They're motion triggered.
Not after seeing their handiwork.
Yeah. Well, anyone have anything they want to add to the plan? Or are we just gonna start blasting?
What do I see?
Let me go back to look at the rolls. Twilight. Yeah, you don't see Jack. You do see some of the tunnels and the big black ooze, but you don't see the other oozes or the big tunnel heading downward into the ground. Pius saw it. I actually didn't ask Captain Flowers what your perception roll was.
Mine was 19.
19, then you saw all of that as well. Everything that Pius saw. But the 2 of you are the only ones that actually saw more than a couple of the side tunnels and the big black ooze.
Pius looks back at the group. And when he turns around, you see he's already got an Eldritch Blast primed. And the pink tentacles are writhing on his back. And he nods.
All right, then. On 3. And raffle ready a lightning bolt.
Hell yeah.
So, everyone, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it a whole heck of a lot. And, I love you! Bye-bye, Kubo!
Bye.